And welcome to Papa Stash Pop. So today is all about songwriting, strumming, and breaking out of those kind of ruts. Or if you're just bored with your own playing, like I get bored with my own playing all the time. And these are some of the things I do to get out of that rut. Now there's a link down below. That's the strumming link. That's where a lot of these ideas, especially with the strumming patterns and stuff, that link down there that's not on YouTube, in the description box, that'll give you ideas on how to break up your strumming pattern and make your own strumming patterns for that matter. So check that video out. But as for this one, it's just, this is all about breaking out, playing the same old chords, but just doing them a little different, and then before you know it, the inspiration comes back. All right, since my internet is down, we're gonna do just a strum lesson. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it a strum/songwriting lesson. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to break you out of maybe just playing like this. Which is totally awesome. Don't even get me wrong, because a billion songs are written like that. This is more coming from, if you've been doing that a while, and if you're anything like me, sometimes I get bored with my own playing, and I'm like, I've already played something like that before. And I'm just looking for simple ways to spice up what I'm doing. Now, one of the first things that you can do is a lot of us get in the habit of just washboarding chords, which means strumming all the way through. Totally fine, nothing wrong with that at all. But you can start to separate the lower strings and the higher strings and get a more dynamic sound. Right? Versus, right? You can go. Same picking strokes, but I'm just attacking different groups of strings per se. Then instead of maybe giving each chord equal time value like this, or actually, I skipped ahead to what I was going to show you. Right? Super popular progression. G, C, F, I mean a billion songs, right? Now what would happen if we say took the G and then halved the other parts? Automatically the same chords are starting to sound a little bit different. The whole feel of the song has changed, right? We got now it's okay. So there's that approach, which totally works great. Then there's the approach of strumming and picking single notes together. Now don't get me wrong here, this doesn't have to be hard. This can be more like you're strumming and you just kind of intermittently decide, instead of strumming through all the strings, you're just going to pick one in that chord. And what we can do to kind of help us do that is not make our strokes so broad. Maybe one good stroke through, or the two downs, and then shorten our picking strumming arm, right? Shorten the distance that we move this hand. Which comes again back to the dividing the bass and the treble strings. Now that's one thing, and if you do that, then it totally adds more to that sound. Down, down, up, down, down, up. But I'm hitting maybe not even so much single strings, but two strings, you know, versus the whole chord's worth. That will totally help as well. These are all great things to work on the accuracy of this hand too, because this is where so much of the feel comes from. You can hear a million people play the same chords, and you get those people that just really sound different. It's because they really get this hand going, and they learn that feel and the dynamics that can be used with this hand. I mean, it's amazing what you can do with just your picking hand. Okay, so after that, if I took the same thing and now say, instead of just playing the chords like this, maybe I hammer into them. Right? And I do the same thing where I'm maybe trying to target some of the notes and then playing, you know, bass treble, bass treble. So that might sound something like this. Now, on the G, I've been doing 2 upstrokes all the time. Maybe instead of doing 2 upstrokes to keep it different, maybe on one of them, I just hit 1, right? So every other time I'll hit 1, and then the next time I'll hit 2. So let's start off with 2. You know, you can do, right, and change the amount of picking strokes that you're doing. I'm doing this on the fly too, so obviously it's not going to be perfect, but you get the idea. So it's just fluctuating things, taking the same idea, just tweaking it just a little bit. Like again, maybe down, down, you know, and just changing the amount of times that you actually hit the chord. Right, and then at that point, that could be your chorus or whatever, and then, you know, you just, at that point, you could come in strumming with other ideas, you know, like a different part of a song, and come in more traditionally. So you could be like, so check that out. Always tweak. You can take the same progression and try to play it multiple ways, and you'd be surprised with what a limited chord vocabulary, how much cool stuff you can come up with. So if you only know 5 or 10 chords, that's fine, because you can come up with endless variations on rhythm ideas, changing the timing around of the exact same chord progression. So check it out. Yes! Way to go. So I hope that left you feeling, you know, inspired, like you don't have to know a million chords, and you can just repurpose them and change the timing and, you know, just mix it up a little bit and you're gold. So click the link below. That's the strumming link. That'll tighten up this hand for sure. Give you tons of different ideas on what to do to help you do that. As for the subscribers out there, freaking huge hug. There's just a bazillion of you now, and I love it. If this is your first time, welcome. Don't be afraid to subscribe. There's new videos all the time, and that will let you know as soon as they come out. And then there's also Papa Stache 102. Check that out. That's like electric, metal, rock, solos, all that stuff. I call it the yin and the yang channel. So check both of them out. Total, there's like 700 lessons. So you got stuff for years. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the support and checking in. As always, we'll catch you next time.